shit ton of women out on Galentine's Day and alone for Valentine's Day, not because they're not men out here in the marketplace looking for relationships and situationships. It is my contention that so many women are going to be alone because you think you should get more than you are.
So as you can see, I'm just sitting here getting ready to go in for an appointment. And I'm sitting here watching Prey on Tubi. Like, I've never watched really Tubi before, but that's what I'm doing. I'm watching Tubi. So you got this 5.1 surround system and everything. It's very, very powerful and loud when you turn it all the way up. Like, it's like 7.1 and 5.1 optional with Dolby, Atmos, and all that stuff. And if you didn't feel like watching that, you got YouTube, you got Tubi, you got HBO, Prime Video. So yeah, I'm watching this Tubi right here. I'm watching Prey on Tubi. So I've got a couple of minutes before I have to go over there. So let me just put this on pause, because what we got to talk about is what is this? Today is the 11th. So what we got to talk about is in just a couple of days, the ladies are going to be celebrating Galentine's Day. So I got to talk about that real quick. I got to roast them up a little bit. We're going to talk about Galentine's Day for a second. Hold on. So here's the story. Why women are celebrating Galentine's Day over Valentine's Day. So let's make this quick. Christy O'Sullivan of Trinity, Florida, has spent 21 Valentine's Day with her husband. But her favorite celebration was one spent with a girlfriend before she got married. They took the day off work, got massages, and went out for cocktails and a fancy dinner. For me, it was 10 out of 10. That whole day was intentional, said O'Sullivan. She remembers it as empowering on a day that's usually filled with pressure to be in a relationship or sadness because I wasn't currently in one. So here you go. These are the women right here. This is what we're dealing with, everybody. Here we go. Look at this one right here. Look at this one. All right, so that's just one of them. I wish I could get this picture of this freaking guy off of here. What is this? Is this some stupid ad? I don't want to see that. All right, so this is one of them right here. So this is one right there, and then this is another one. We got one right here. And then we got one right here. I'm thinking they're all in their 30s. I'm thinking late 30s right there. We got this one right here, right here. Okay, so what is this? Chella Papacoli, second to left, of Frank Lakes, New Jersey, has been hosting a Galentine's Day bash at her home for the last 3 years to celebrate her friends. Galentine's Day became a pop culture phenomenon, really did it, with a 2010 episode of the TV comedy Parks and Recreation. I've never heard of that celebrated female friendships around Valentine's Day. Amy Poehler's character, Leslie Knope, gathered her gal pals on February 13th. What's Galentine's Day? Oh, it's only the best day of the year. Okay. Honoring female friendships can happen any day of the year, of course, whether on February 13th or another day. Here are some ways to create a fun-filled experience. Okay, making it a party. It says Chella Papacoli of Franklin Lakes, New Jersey, has been hosting Galentine's Day Bash at her home for the last 3 years. She has a bartender and a DJ hired. Really? You're doing all that to celebrate the fact that you don't have a man buying you anything? That's very nice. Okay. So far, she has 34 confirmations. So that means there's 34 other lonely women out there. Okay? And is assembling gift bags for her guests to take home. Gift bag? Why is it they got to have gift bags for everything? And usually you get crappy gifts, like it's a Martinelli's apple cider, and then there's like some Reese's or some M&Ms or something in there, and a little... I don't understand. It's like they have to have gift bags for everything. But anyway, there are no men allowed. Yeah, really. Yeah, there's no men allowed because the women who know what they're doing as women are out on the date with their men. So yeah, of course there's no men allowed because there ain't going to be no men there at all. There's just going to be, it's not that they're not allowed, it's just that they weren't going to be there anyway. So anyway, unless the bartender happens to be male. So what you're saying is there are men allowed to do the jobs that men would have to do. Where's your female bartender, huh? So anyway, the event may be extravagant, but Papa Coley says it's worth it. It's an escape to just be with your girls, be silly, do something fun, and just focus on the friendships you've created and enjoy others' companies, she says. Yeah. Learning how to do something new. Liz Momblanco of Berkland, Michigan, who describes herself as a serial hobbyist, so that basically means she's alone and she has lots of cats, invites her friends to take classes like cookie and cake decorating, calligraphy, and stained glass. Those sound really, really lonely. Let me ask this question of the ladies. Between calligraphy, cake decorating, and stained glass, where are the orgasms? Because I'm not thinking that there's going to be too many of those at these boring events. So what does it say? I enjoy learning something new and having a shared experience, said Mom Blanco, who has attended day retreats for women that offer activities like floral arranging, boring, yoga, or a cold plunge. Yeah, you jump into that ice and that ice water, and when you don't resurface and then they're looking for you because the current swept you away, it's like, yeah. So anyway, Marnie Wolf, who runs the retreat company Luna Wolf, says providing an opportunity for art and creativity builds community. It bonds you, whether it's the smallest thing or really deep. You watch these grown women, these grown, lonely, single women who are childless, single, and unmarried, or they're single moms, into almost like a childlike kindergarten response like, oh my gosh, good job. You're so talented. That little lift is the easiest thing to do. Oh, and by the way, it just popped into my mind. If you're going to get your mom or your sister or your female cousin or your significant other, if you're going to get them chocolates and flowers, and if you're going to get them anything nice, make sure that you put like get a piece of Dubai chocolate and get that for them, because chances are they might not have tried that before. Get them a nice bar of Dubai chocolate and slide that in there, because it'll just be a little something different, because instead of just getting those regular chocolate hearts, you get yourself some Dubai chocolate, slide that in there. They might like it. If they like pistachio, and they like if they like pistachio, they'll probably like that, because a lot of these women like to eat nuts, like cashews, peanuts, and whatnot. Pistachio is always a nice little change right there. Filling a Valentine's Day void. Wolf takes care to schedule Galentine's Day themed retreats near Valentine's Day because a lot of women, don't have someone to spend February 14th with. So now you got to ask yourself, why? So you're telling me that there was no guy at work, there's no guy at school, there's no guy on the block. You mean to tell me none of them have tried to get you anything? Well, then I guess it's time to reevaluate your position as a woman, because chances are you're not wooing anybody, you're not attracting anybody, and that's why you're not getting anything, So it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate that there's a lot of women who are not getting anything, but the question they should be asking themselves is, well, have they been nice to any guys who would get them something at all? It doesn't even necessarily have to be romantic gifts. It could just be a simple, like one little box of chocolates, because those boxes of chocolates are good. It could, and they're not too expensive because the dollar store has them. When you want to get a box of chocolates, you can go to Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar. And listen, there's no shame in my game. I like shopping at the dollar store. I love shopping at the dollar store. You can get cards. If you don't want to spend too much money on a card, you can go to the dollar store's got cards. And here's the bottom line. It doesn't matter how much you spend on a card or on some chocolate. It's the thought that counts. So if you get like this woman and your significant woman in your life, if you get her a card and a box of chocolates, it's the thought that counts. It's not about how much you spend. Like if you get the Dubai chocolate, like I'm telling you, you're going to add like $10 to whatever you buy. But it's the thought that counts. That's what it comes down to. It says, I know it can be a really lonely time for people, and I think some take it for granted. Yeah, people like me who actually have a date. And so let me just be very clear. I already made the reservations. We are going to Fogo de Chao. Now, Fogo de Chao, just in case you don't know it, I'm going to put like a little video clip in there because I've done it before. Fogo de Chao is a Brazilian rotisserie. And what it is that they got a salad bar, and you go to the salad bar and you get some salad and whatnot. They have a very beautiful salad bar. It's got all types of stuff, fresh fruits, fresh salad, everything's fresh on it. They usually do waffles on the side, like a guy standing there making waffles if it's early in the day. They also have like beans and all that Brazilian stuff. Like they have like rice and beans and stuff that they put there. On top of that, they have these guys walk around carving and slicing meat. And it's a rotisserie. A rodizio is a rotisserie. So this place is a rodizio. It's called Fogo de Chao, just in case you don't know what Fogo de Chao, because I don't know, in your neighborhood there might not be one. We have a couple of them. I think there's about 6 of them within a 25-mile radius. There's at least one in Manhattan. I know there's one in Brooklyn. I hate going to those because you can't find parking. We have one in Carl Place, Long Island. We have, there's a couple of them. There's also one in Walt Whitman Mall. So I'd say within a 30-mile radius, you can probably find about 6 of them. There's also one in Queens Boulevard, and I hate Queens Boulevard because you can't find parking. They got all these goddamn speed cameras, and they're always trying to take pictures of your license plate, give you speeding tickets. I don't drive slow. I drive fast cars that are powerful. I don't have time to drive slow. You know that whole bullshit about, if you hit somebody at 25 miles per hour, there's like a 30% chance they'll die and shit. Well, listen, I'm driving at 50 miles an hour. I ain't got time for that 25 mile per hour bullshit. In fact, I've got a ticket right now in the mail for $50 that I'm going to pay. But you know what? I just wash my hands of it. I ain't got time for that. If I need to drive faster than 40 miles an hour, that's what I'm doing. Period. And that's it. This car right here's got 650 fucking horsepower for a reason. And I got a little V button. You push that V button. I'm not fucking around. If I got to get somewhere, I'm getting there. Period. That's what it is. So $50. Oh, you want to take $50 from me? Well, guess what? I'm going to take it right back from you when I file my taxes. I'm going to get it right back, too. I ain't playing that. So anyway, Fogo de Chao. Rotisserie, Brazilian rotisserie. They got the guy walking around slicing the meat. Prime rib. He's got the steak, all types of steak. Lamb, chicken. They got bacon-wrapped chicken. They got pork, sausages, all this. And they rotisserie the whole thing. And they bring it to your table. It's fantastic. $60 a person. Now, if you factor in wine or liquor, it's going to be more expensive. But personally, now I'm a little bit on the cheap side. I don't like to drink at these things. And the excuse that I use is, I've got an $80,000 truck and I don't want to risk wrecking this truck. So I'm not going to drink anything except water. Just give me some water. And because I honestly, I don't really like drinking and, like these drinks because they charge you up the ass for a drink. I will go to the corner store and I will get, what is it called? Bud Light Mango Ritas. They got lots of different flavors, and I will get that. I don't like spending money on these drinks. I really don't, because I never feel as if the drink is worth it, because they don't give you enough. It doesn't get you drunk enough. It always tastes watered down. I'm not into that. So I will, if I need a drink, I go to the corner store. I get me a Bud Light Mango Rita. With the best flavor, I like passion fruit. They got mango. They got lemon. And I'm happy, and that's enough to make me happy. So I don't really buy those drinks at the thing. But when you get with these women, they're like, oh yeah, well let's get drinks and stuff, or let's get a pitcher of sangria. I don't really like doing that because they always water that stuff down, and if you're gonna give me a watered down drink, that's not gonna make me very happy. I don't want watered down drinks. Okay, so. Back to this. It says, it's nice to know that you don't need that. You can still celebrate the holiday, but turn it around a little bit and celebrate the relationships you want to. It says creating different kinds of bonds. Galentine's Day, Galentine, let me just move up. I don't want this freaking jerk off. I'm going to control who parks basically in front of me and how much space they have. Let me just move this car up just a little. Because I don't, like, if somebody gets behind me, it'll be a little car. Because, I just got to move up just a little. All right. Yeah. I'm about to get out because my appointment's very soon. It's like at 4:30. So anyway, O'Sullivan is a social media strategist for businesses. But, okay, yeah, somebody just came here. Freaking Toyota Corolla. So he should be able to get that in there. Because I just want to make sure there's more than enough space. I don't want this guy behind me. All right. So while that means there's no actual record of that day occurring, it also means the details became a core memory without it. Yeah, he's good. Yeah, just get in there and stay away from my bumper, turkey. Yes, just stay away from my freaking bumper. Hate these people, man. All right, so let me just look. I'm just going to watch this guy right here real quick. Oh, yeah, he's got more than enough space. Yeah, get in there. Piece of shit-ass Toyota. All right, so some celebrate, and the story is almost coming to an end, so this tells you that they're not really saying anything. So I'm going to have to find another Galentine's Day story where they're actually saying something of substance, because they're not really talking about anything. They're not talking about what Galentine's Day is. They're not talking about why these women are lonely and got no man. Where's your man at with the chocolates and the candy and to take you out to Fogo de Chao? Where's the man at? So hold on. It says some celebrate Galentine's Day by just going out for coffee or playing cards. That's boring, okay? That's not a date. That's boring. All right. You might go with a group of women friends to a player museum. That's boring. A player museum. What are you kidding? That's what you do on a regular day. Valentine's Day is when your man takes you out, gets you the chocolates, the candy, and gives you that long something after the date is over. This is boring. You're going to go to a play. That's boring. So anyway, other ideas include thrift store shop. You're going to fucking Salvation Army to buy cheap clothes. You telling me this is how you celebrate? That's pathetic. Country line dancing. Ain't nobody dancing no goddamn country line dancing. I live in New York City. No, ain't nobody doing no goddamn. What are you talking about? Roller skating. That kind of sounds fun, except when you factor in the fact that, when you start getting older, your knees can't handle that. Your ankles can't handle that. You mess yourself up real good. And then after that, you got karaoke. Junk journaling. I don't know what that is. That sounds like you're writing angry shit to yourself because you're bored. What's this next one? It says, and getting manicures and pedicures. Wrong. You're supposed to be getting the manicure and pedicure before Valentine's Day because you're supposed to be going out on a date on Valentine's Day. So you got it all messed up. This New York Post, problem with the New York Post and the rest of these pathetic tabloids, these wannabe journalists, they're not saying nothing. They're just throwing this shit out there, but they're not really saying nothing. They're not saying nothing. They didn't say nothing. No, Galentine's Day is a way for women to try to take back the ownership of the day from men. Men own Valentine's Day. It's up to the men to get the women something nice and to take them someplace nice, to get them the chocolates, the candy, the bottle of liquor, whatever it is. The women are trying to take back ownership of Valentine's Day from the men by calling it Galentine's Day. You know what Galentine's Day looks like? What it looks like is me at Fogo de Chao with my chick, and we're sitting there, we're getting the meat slice for ourselves. We got the salad bar going. And there's a group of women who are sitting at a table watching us because they're bored and they're trying to figure out where did they go wrong? What did they do in this life that they just did something wrong? And they can't figure it out. And they're like, why is it that they didn't get candy? Why is it they didn't get flowers? Why is it they didn't get anything on Valentine's, whatever the hell you want to call it? That's what this is really about. They are trying to take ownership. So what you're dealing with is a big ego. And the ego basically says, oh, the men don't control marriage. I control marriage. No, you don't. The men control marriage. The men absolutely, you cannot force these men to marry you. And you may decide, oh, yeah, well, I don't need that. I don't want no marriage. I don't need to be married. I'm a slave in a marriage, blah, blah, blah. When your ass gets old and there ain't nobody to push that wheelchair and you're dying in the hospital and it's just you there, they don't even let your cat come to the hospital. That's when you're, oh shit, yeah, I wish I had a man. With a man. When this snow, you know what I did? I just went by my mom's house and I was helping her to shovel the ice. So you got to go to your parents' house, your mom, your dad. And I did this already for my uncle because he's elderly. And I just made sure that this ice, I got as much of it up as possible because this ice has been sitting there for 2 weeks. And the problem is when I did shovel it initially, I got up her driveway, no problem. But the problem was this ice has been in sub-zero sustained temperatures for a long time. So now today it was 40 degrees. So I went out there and I made sure I got as much of that ice up as I could, made sure there's no more ice there. When you got no man and you trying to shovel the snow and your back goes out, that's when you understand why you need a man. That right there, the manual labor portion of it, we've got that locked down. And these women, they have like no option but to have us around because they don't build anything and they really suck at manual labor. They really do. Their jobs, their office jobs where they just sit around looking cute and wearing Manolo Blahniks and they got these stupid nails that they can't even type. They can't type because the nails are so long. That's their idea of a job. The simple fact is the men get all the real work done. And we know it to be true. You know, search your feelings. You know it to be true. But that's when they regret not having that man. They regret not having that man around when there's no chocolate sitting there and there's no flowers sitting there and there's no bottle of wine there and then they're just sitting there looking silly. That's when they regret it. So they're trying to take the ownership of marriage and they're trying to take the ownership of Valentine's Day away from the men. That's what this comes down to. More on that. I'm gonna get another story. I'm gonna pull that story up. We'll talk more about this because this New York Post is whack. This New York Post is a shit paper. I wouldn't put this in my bird cage for the bird to shit on because this is so weak. This is like weak journalism. It's like I don't even know how you gonna have this as a story and there's no like real story here. There's no meat in this story. There's no meat. Like there's meat at Fogo de Chao. There's no meat in this story.
My 22nd Valentine's Day of being single. Yes, I'm 22, so if you counted correctly, that is all of them. And I'm going to tell you how to have a chic Valentine's Day if you are a single gal, gay, they, him, whatever you are. I'm going to tell you how to have a chic Valentine's Day. So let's get into it. So I am lucky enough to have had a wonderful father who bought me chocolates and flowers and my mom decorated. And then I got to college and things got really sad really quickly. Luckily, I'm home this year. However, 22 and single, not so fun. So here's my game plan. However, my Valentine's Day is actually shaping up because my older cousin, we're actually only 9 months apart, so she's kind of like an older sister, is coming home for the weekend from New York. So actually, like, this could be the best weekend of 2026 thus far. Here's what my plan was. Wake up Dunkin' Donuts. The heart-shaped donuts, for me, it doesn't have to be Dunkin', but get yourself like a fun-ass breakfast. Go get pancakes. Valentine's Day is on a Saturday this year, which to some, you might be thinking, that's so much worse because I don't even have work to distract me. I know what you're thinking. I hear you. That thought went through my brain too. Saturday, date night, Valentine's Day, awful. I know. However, we're gonna make the most of it because it's a weekend and weekends are fun. Wake up, donut, pancakes, favorite drink, whatever. This is a day of treating ourselves. Valentine's Day isn't about love and sex and all that. I mean, it totally is, and I can't wait for Valentine's Day to be about love and sex, but it's also about loving yourself and celebrating the sense of self and relationship you have with your gorgeous self. Here's how we're gonna make it gorgina. Treat yourself. Go get a massage. Go get a facial. Go to your favorite workout class. We are doing all of our favorites. I advise to stay away from the rom-com category. I have learned from personal experience, a rom-com on Valentine's Day is a catalyst for a crying spell and tons of tears. I don't recommend it. Maybe go for a thriller, a psycho thriller, you know, even a good old mystery. I would just stay away from like Bridgerton, just anything that's gonna like maybe turn you on and increase your feelings of loneliness. You have to buy yourself a gift. I get myself a box of chocolates every year. At least in college I did. Like my mom always got me a cute one, like a nice one from like the chocolate shop. No, I went to Walmart last year. I got myself a fat one and I consumed it like I was taste testing them for Lindor themselves. A chocolate box is honestly really fucking chic. So get yourself, if you don't like chocolate, get yourself your favorite candy, but get yourself a gift. Buy yourself a candle, piece of lingerie for you and you only. Just buy yourself something. For dinner, misery loves company, clearly, but get a group of girls, get at least one friend. My dear friend Grace and I'll never forget, she's in a very loving and healthy, committed relationship now, but her and I once spent our Valentine's Day at the Olive Garden, and it was perfect and very chic. This year, I'm spending it with my grandmother. My Nana is the Queen of Hearts, and so Valentine's Day for her is very, it's her holiday, and it's like honestly her Christmas. So it's just me and my older cousin and our parents and my Nana. Honestly, it's gonna feel like 2004. It hasn't just been the two of us as the grandchildren in ages. We are going to Pilates Saturday morning, then we're going to our favorite brunch spot. I'm trying to convince her to go to Wuthering Heights, see the movie. She's not too into it, but really, Valentine's Day is all about treating yourselves and feeling sexy. So wear something that makes you feel fabulous. Take a bath, go get a massage, go get a facial. I want you to step into your divine, feminine, fabulous, motherfucking energy and have yourselves a very chic Valentine's Day. And if you need any more step-by-steps on how to achieve that, you know where to find me.
Initially, I was just gonna go straight home. But seeing this Starbucks right here makes me say, you know what? They got this new double berry matcha, and I want to try that. I want to try this double berry matcha they got. So they got this Starbucks right here. They got this guy right here next to me. I'm just going to jump in front of him, and I'm going to go right up in here. Like initially, I wasn't going to come here. And then I saw the Starbucks, and I was like, hey, well, they got a new drink. See, there's that lyric, man. I missed that lyric, but I've got the bigger version of the lyric. This guy's got the lyric, but he's got the little wheels on the lyric. I had the 22s. I missed my lyric. But, bigger and better things. Now I'm driving this big old V-stick. So I'm going to get this double berry matcha. Let's see what that tastes like. Let's see. I got to taste test all the matcha drinks. Let's see what's going on. Look at this. So they got a couple of them there. Oh, Ice Dubai. Hi, how you doing? I'd like this iced double berry matcha, please.
Sorry, we're all out of strawberry puree to make that drink.
You gotta be kidding. All right.
Not kidding.
Yeah.
So sorry about that.
All right. How about the Dubai chocolate one?
Dubai chocolate?
Yeah.
Come on. We got that one.
I'll take a venti of that.
Venti?
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all.
Okay. 7:33.
All right. I'm a little disappointed. They didn't have the double berry, so I'm going to have to come back. I'll have to go to another one. So I'm going to get the Dubai chocolate instead. Damn. That shit pisses me off. That makes me very... How the hell are you out of strawberries? Anyway. Okay. Oh, look at what we got here. Okay. Yeah, but I'm going to have to come back and I'll try another one. I'm a little disappointed. Very disappointed. Very disappointed. I'm very upset. I'm going to go to another Starbucks. I'll do that one maybe tomorrow. Okay. All right, so as you can see, I got my Dubai chocolate matcha, but this presents a problem. I was asked by my chick to get her one of these damn fucking, what is this bullshit called? Strawberry something or rather, double berry or something. So I gotta find another Starbucks. If I pass one, I'm gonna find to see if I can get to another Starbucks. I'm gonna get that right there. So I got my Dubai chocolate matcha, and I'm gonna just taste a little bit of hers, but I'm still going to bring her that, what is this stupid thing called, double berry matcha. See, this is the reason why these women upset. These women ain't got men to send to Starbucks to get them something. And they got to buy it all on their own, and they got to find the Starbucks and everything. They got to go do it on their own, But see, when you got a man, you could send his ass out to do all of these things that you yourself don't want to have to go out and do. I'm sure there should be another Starbucks somewhere around here because I'm pretty sure these things are everywhere. Especially over here, because most of these people keep these Starbucks alive You know, these middle-class people spend up all their goddamn money on Starbucks instead of just making the coffee themselves like I do. I'm sure there's another one over here, and it should have a drive-in. So as soon as I find it, I'm going to it. So I got my Dubai matcha. I gotta pay $7.90 or something for that shit, and now I gotta buy her one. But see, that's what it is. Valentine's Day's coming. You gotta have yourself a man, so your man can go out and buy your matcha and all this stuff. Look at this. So this is that Dubai chocolate matcha. This is venti Dubai chocolate. I always get the venti. Let me tell you something. They fill this shit with ice every single time. And this time, she didn't even, like, give me a straw. Like, she was making it like I got to sip the top. I was like, yeah, excuse me, you don't give me a straw? That's like when I was in Singapore, and they give you these sippy tops, but they don't give you the straw. I'm like, yo, first of all, the whole attempt to get rid of plastic failed. And at this point, everything is like, oh, shit, that's a Durango Hellcat. Durango Hellcat with orange brake calipers. That's nice. Okay, so anyway, yeah, we tried to get rid of plastic. That failed. And now everything's covered in plastic. In fact, you know what? I think I know exactly where there's another Starbucks. I think there's one at this corner up here, because I know there's a Dunkin' Donuts down the block. I'm pretty sure there's a Starbucks right here. So I'm going to get her that double berry mad shit. I got to spend $14 on freaking drinks. Yeah. But, you know, that's the thing, ladies. It's like, if it's not, you got to go to Galentine's Day. See, you got to get a man. See, you got to get a man to do all this shit. You know, that's what it is. I believe that's a Starbucks right at that corner, but I'm not 100% certain, so I got to get closer. I think that's a Starbucks. I'm pretty sure that's a Starbucks. Yes, it is. They better not tell me that same nonsense. Oh, we don't have the berries. What kind of stupid... Oh, shit. I wanted to make this turn. Damn it. I wanted to make this turn, but that's okay. I'll just stop right here. Yeah, of course. They got these damn things everywhere. Like, these things are almost separated by, like, 2 miles. It's like they got 2-mile radius Starbucks. This Dubai chocolate's pretty good, but understand something. Let me tell you the history of this. First of all, there's no such thing as Dubai chocolate. What it is these Dubai chocolate, like when you see it in a store, it's actually made in Turkey. Like if you check it, it's usually made in Turkey, right? So what it was there was a woman, and she decided that she wanted to start a trend, and she wanted to call it Dubai chocolate. And what it really is it's a matcha drink that has kunafa and pistachio put into it. And she decided that was what they were going to call Dubai chocolate. So they're making the names up, right? But the reality is there's no such thing as like Dubai chocolate. Now, I've been to Dubai several times, and I've flown their business class with Emirates. Never did I once see any Dubai chocolate. In fact, people in Dubai, they don't really eat chocolate like that. They eat like pistachios. They eat apricots. They eat dates. And they eat this stuff called kunafa, which is like cream cheesy... and it's got like a syrup. It's like a cream cheesy thing with like syrup in it. So, I mean, this is good, but you know, this ain't no, you know, there's no such thing as no Dubai chocolate. They made that shit up. This is good though. So we're going to get this double matcha berry or double berry matcha, whatever this is. These people, I got to get out of the damn car because these people freaking don't have a drive-through. So I'm a little upset about that. Reserve parking my ass. I'll park sideways on that shit if I feel like it. Reserve parking. What kind of nonsense is that? Okay, so let's this place looks abandoned. Shit. I gotta go in here. I can't freaking believe I gotta go in here. How do you run out of freaking strawberry, whatever that stuff is? Why does this place look abandoned? It looks like this place is like abandoned. What's going on? Oh, is there somebody in there? Yeah, it looks like this place is abandoned. It's like I gotta go in there with these people. Yep, that's right, ladies. You gotta get yourself a man so he can get your matcha for you. All right, let's see. Look at this. Look at this shining. All right, let's get in there. Okay. Yeah, because I tried the banana bread, I think it was like 2 days ago. I got the Dubai chocolate one when it first came out, and now there's this one. So, nice try. Okay, so here it is, the double berry matcha. Because how am I supposed to make the video if I don't have to drink? Now, you see the straw? Don't tell her, but I'm going to take a sip out of it, and she doesn't need to know about it. So don't say nothing. Don't say nothing. Okay, that tastes pretty, I mean, it tastes okay. It's all right. Yeah, that tastes pretty good. I mean, it's okay. You know, it's basically matcha with some berries in it. It's okay. All right, I'm gonna put that right down there. I'll get rid of the straw evidence later, so she doesn't need to know nothing about that. And there we go. So yeah, mission accomplished. It's okay. It's okay. Honestly, most of these matchas, I can make this stuff myself. It's like what you do is you get the Trader Joe's matcha powder. You get your choice of creamer, milk, or whatever you're going to use. If you want to make your matcha sweeter, you should always have a French vanilla coffee creamer, and you can use that. And that pretty much helps make your, makes your matcha sweeter if you don't want to add sugar. Now, one thing I did notice with the banana bread matcha, what they did do is they added brown sugar to it. And they actually added like some type of like a bread-like base, but they had brown sugar, they had banana, and that helped make it taste like a brown sugar banana bread. And that was pretty good. What is this? Island eye surgery. Okay. So yeah, this berry one, yeah, it's okay. So I got my Dubai chocolate. So mine is Dubai chocolate and hers is the berry. And yeah, it's I mean, basically it tastes like, you know how you get that ice cream that's like strawberry, vanilla, and it has it's like the Neapolitan ice cream is strawberry, vanilla, chocolate. That's kind of, to me, that's what the strawberry base that they use, that's what it tastes like to me. It tastes just like that ice cream. So the easiest way I'd say you could make this, because you got to remember, I know how to cook. The easiest way you could make this is you could go to like Walmart and you could get berries, and you could get because the strawberries that they have, that they preserve, right? It has a very distinct taste. I don't know if they add sugar to it, but it has a very, very distinct taste with a berry. It tastes sweeter than normal, and you could tell that there's something added to it to preserve the taste. And I think if you you put that in the, you frappe that, you put it in your blender, you frappe that, you put your matcha in there, you put a little French vanilla in the matcha so the matcha itself is sweet, and you make a cold foam. And what you do is you take some whole milk, you take a little bit of whole milk, you take a little bit of heavy cream, you take a little teaspoon of vanilla, and then you take some of those strawberries, like those strawberries, you throw that in there, and you frappe that shit, and you come out with this cold foam. And that cold foam, you just put that right on top of your matcha. And yeah, I think you could do this yourself, and you'd never notice the difference. Starbucks, in my opinion, Starbucks is like, and you hear these boomers saying it to these kids all the time, that they're wasting their money, at Starbucks every single day because they're trying to be seen and everything. They're wasting all their money. I usually don't drink Starbucks coffee, but when they have these matcha drinks, I'll actually test them, just to test them and see how they taste. But I can make this stuff myself. I'm sorry. In fact, I could actually make it better. And I'm pretty good with, I have a Ninja blender, and then I have a second blender to, make my foams and stuff, my cold foams. And I can honestly do it a little bit better, because you got to remember, I know how to bake. Like, cheesecake is my thing, and I'm pretty good at it. So Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. So yeah, you should, if you like berry matcha, you could go test it yourself, All right.
If you haven't been to Fogo de Chão in West Bar Village, consider this your sign. It's spacious, clean, and the service is on point. I went with the indulgent churrasco. Think ribeye, sirloin, chicken, lamb chops, all fire. You choose an enhancement. I got the crab cake, and it also comes with dessert. This is the spot when you want a little bit of everything. Because trust, someone's always walking by with something worth trying. Oh, and the lobster mac and cheese, 10 out of 10. But you gotta save room for dessert. The chocolate cake is the perfect finale. Fogo's a whole experience. If you haven't been, now's the time.
Now, this is what I just find amazing that they're trying to spin this. I mean, look at these headlines. It says, How to Celebrate Valentine's Day If You're Single. How to Be Single and Fabulous on Valentine's Day. No Valentine? Here are the 32 best rom-coms for singles. Why being single and 40 is the best on Valentine's Day. It's like they are so desperate to spin this. And then the thought occurred to me. Restaurants, Hallmark card shops, all of them are going to be losing money because I was listening to the news and they said that it's estimated that people are going to spend less this Valentine's Day than they did last Valentine's Day. And what they're trying to ultimately do is they're trying to pump the numbers up by making sure that these women come and go somewhere. They don't care where they go, but they want them to come out for dinner. They want them to, get their own chocolates, get their own flowers and this, that, and other. And this is just sad. It's like, this is what happens when you're in a capitalist society. They refuse to allow those profits to disappear. And they are trying to spin this as hard as they can. And it's funny, and I'll be perfectly honest. I was looking to see if there were any negative stories, but all of them are positive. And the mere fact they're all positive just tells you that they're just desperate to spin this. Look at this one. It says, Single this Valentine's Day. Here are the SF neighborhoods where you might find a date. I'm not sure what SF means. I guess I have no idea what it means. I don't really care. Navigating Valentine's Day, single. 23 things to do when you're single on Valentine's Day. They are desperate to get you out and spending money. They don't care if you're single. They don't care if you've got a significant other. They don't care. They want you spending money. So let's take a look at this one, How to Be Single and Fabulous. Because you know how they try to celebrate being 40 and fabulous? It's like you're not fabulous at 40. It's like you're just not. So anyway, Valentine's Day, single on Valentine's Day. Here are 24 ways to celebrate solo. Let's see. Being single on Valentine's Day can feel loud. The pink marketing, the price fix menus, the couples. God damn these fucking ads. The couple's content flooding your feed. It's a lot, especially if you're newly single, quietly heartbroken, or just tired of the whole production. If the holiday is hitting a little harder this year, you're not being dramatic. BB, you're being human. Okay. Relationship expert. Yeah, they're always experts, right? Adrian Michelle explains that Valentine's Day puts a lot of pressure on people who are single, especially those moving through a breakup, largely because it centers romantic love as the only kind that counts. But that's not actually what the day is supposed to be about. Love exists in so many forms: friendship, family, self-love, and those deserve celebrating too. Bottom line is, who's bringing you the candy, the chocolates, who's bringing you the flowers, and who's taking you to Fogo de Chão? The answer is nobody. Okay, which is good news, because being single on Valentine's Day doesn't mean you have to sit out, fake a good mood, or spiral over what you don't have. It can also be an excuse to do exactly what you want. No compromises, no expectations, no overpriced roses required. Michelle suggests shifting the focus to the love already in your life. Celebrate what you have instead of wishing it looked different. You will have more, but maybe not this year. You will have more, but maybe not this year. And that's okay. What about next year? What if she doesn't have anything next year, or the year after that, or the year after that? You didn't answer that question. Okay, so it says whether your ideal 14th February involves staying in, going out, hanging with friends, treating yourself, or fully ignoring the holiday altogether, there's no wrong way to do it. Below, we've rounded up the best single on Valentine's Day ideas, all designed to help you spend the day feeling good, grounded, very much unbothered. TY, thank you very much. Okay. So, long story short, it's like Valentine's Day is supposed to be a date night. And if you really think about it, it's like this is like a date night that the average, like the teenagers who really, they can't really afford it. This is something that adults do because, teenagers, maybe they get each other little gifts and stuff, but they can't afford date nights like this. Like, you have to have reservations and you got to have some serious money. This is a date night. Now, through the year, every couple is different. But if you don't take your woman out, she's going to complain that you don't take her out enough. You have to take her out for her birthday. You got to take her out for Mother's Day. You got to take her out for Valentine's Day. You got to take her out for probably, I'll say, Christmas. Maybe Christmas, maybe you don't. But every couple's different. But Valentine's Day is a date night. You're supposed to take her out. You're supposed to dress up. You're supposed to take her out, right? And the thing about it is, a lot of these women, especially these ones on TikTok, like who I can't stand, but they're on TikTok and talking smack and they're talking about how they're going to celebrate this Galentine's Day. It's like, listen, ladies, first of all, the reality is, if you really had a man, if you had a date, you would not be celebrating no goddamn Galentine's Day. And you already know it. This is like a last option. This is like a nuclear option for these women, these feminists who suddenly wake up and realize that, there's something wrong with their plan of action, basically. And it's like, listen, they're trying to celebrate this. They're trying to be fabulous at 40. No, you're not fabulous. You're just not. You know it. You're trying to put lipstick on a pig. You already know what it is. What is it? It says 24 things to do if you're single on Valentine's Day. Pamper yourself with a spa. Okay, you could do that any day, but this is a specific day of the year where see, Valentine's Day is not about you celebrating yourself. Valentine's Day is about someone else celebrating you. That's the reason why none of this stuff works. Yeah, you could go out, I'll tell you like this. Me personally, I've never treated myself out to a spa day because I never, ever cared about going to a spa. I'll say the closest I think I've come to like a spa is like when I do my international vacations and perhaps I'll use their shower spas or something in the business class lounge. And that's about it. And I know a real spa is like where you have masseuses and you got these women walking on your back and they've got like hot tea and stuff. When I was in Bali, there were plenty of massage parlors. I didn't go to any of them. Simple fact is, I don't like these strangers touching me. It's just that simple. And the thing about it is, you already know that massage parlors are heavily related to prostitution. And let's not pretend that they're not. I'm not interested in that. When I went to Bali, I'm not interested in no foreign prostitutes. I'm not interested in no strangers. I don't want nobody touching me. I don't know these people. And it was just like when I went to Thailand. I was in Thailand. They had massage parlors everywhere. They had them in the airport. Before you even get out of the airport, they had them in the malls. They had them everywhere. I didn't go to any of them. And what was funny was when you're walking, you got these women with their little masseuse outfits on. Oh, yes, come over here, come over here. I was like, no, that's okay. Thank you. Maybe on the way back. And I know I wasn't coming back because I just didn't want those people touching me like that. If you're a stranger, I don't know you. It's like, I don't want you touching me. And it's just that simple. I could easily go to one of these massage parlors. I could easily go to one of these spas. I wasn't interested in any of that. Bali, Thailand. I'm about to go to Vietnam. I'm about to go to Cambodia. And I know they have a very similar culture down there where it's like they got masseuses everywhere. It's like, I don't want that on me. Now, a lot of these people, they can't live without massages. They want people rubbing their necks and they want people rubbing their backs and everything. I don't really do that. It's just something I just don't do. I could easily treat myself to that. I don't do it. Valentine's Day is not about me treating myself to it. Valentine's Day is about someone else treating me to it. That's the thing. Like, my girlfriend, I don't really ask for anything. I don't really ask her for much, but, I don't ask for money. I don't really ask for gifts. She asked me, oh, well, what do you want for your birthday? I'd be like, I don't know, just surprise me. It's like, I really don't want anything. I don't need her to get me anything because there's nothing that I want that she can possibly afford. She can't afford anything. Like if money was no object and somebody says, oh, what do you want for your birthday? I'd say I want an F-22 Raptor. And that's, if that's like a $45 million fighter attack jet. And obviously you can't really ask anybody for that because they ain't got that kind of money. Now, if Steve Jobs or Bill Gates or somebody like that with billions of dollars was my best friend, maybe they could make it happen. But she ain't got that kind of money. Even, Jeff Bezos' wife, she ain't got that kind of money. They ain't got that kind of money. Like, even they got billions of dollars, but they really can't pull that one off. Or if they say, oh, well, what do you want for your birthday? I want an HX-50 Hill helicopter. Like, I want an actual helicopter. It's like, can you do that? And the answer is no, you can't do that. You ain't got that kind of money. Now, I think the HX-50, I think you can get it for about $750,000. Yeah, I don't, my girlfriend ain't got that kind of money. It's just that simple. She ain't got that kind of money. Now, if you're one of these rich women who's using me as a toy boy and you're like, hey, what do you want for your birthday? And I'd be like, I want an HX-50 helicopter. Maybe she could do it. That's $750,000. The rotor blades are kind of pricey. They're like $30,000 for a set or something like that. So you're talking some serious money. But the thing about it is, if you're like a billionaire or a multi-millionaire, yeah, you can pull that off. But I can't ask her for that. She ain't got that kind of money. So the bottom line is, there's nothing that I want that you can possibly afford. What are you going to do? You go, oh, well, what do you want for your birthday? Yeah, I want a Bugatti Chiron. You can't afford that. The fucking car is worth $5 million. You don't have that kind of money. So, there's nothing, what's the point? It's like, I don't see, what am I going to ask for? I'm going to ask for something that you can't possibly afford? Like, so, what am I going to do? So the bottom line is, I'm not trying to ask you for nothing. It's like, I can't, like, there's nothing you just don't have that, you can't afford it. It's just that simple. So what's this next thing? Try a new recipe you've had bookmarked forever. I do that shit all the time. I don't bookmark anything. If I'm interested in making something, I'm gonna do it. Like lemon potatoes or Greek lemon chicken soup or something like that. If there's a recipe I want to try, I just do it. See, what I'm saying is, these are all things that you do on a regular day. This is not something you do on Valentine's Day. Take yourself out for dinner. Yeah, that's called Galentine's Day. No, I'm not interested in taking myself out for dinner. I'm interested in going out with my significant other. That's the whole point. What is this? Plan a Galentine's Day. Well, we won't be doing any of that. If you see me out there, it's going to be with somebody, okay? I'm not going to be at a table with a bunch of women or a bunch of men and there's no dates and we're just hanging out. No, we're not doing that. No. Okay, what is this? Embark on an adventure. Okay, yeah, it's February 14th, so I'm going to go on an adventure when I'm supposed to be on a date. No. An adventure? What are you talking about? You want me to go White River rafting? Like, what are you talking about? It doesn't even make sense. What's this next thing? Call your mom? What? Okay, I'll get my mom a Valentine's Day gift. And I don't. What do you mean, call your mom? So we're supposed. What I'm supposed to get on the phone with her and talk about how lonely I am? Like, what kind of stupid shit is that? Listen to a podcast? No. Read your favorite romance novel? I don't have any favorite romance novels. You know why? Because I'm too busy romancing as a man. I'm too busy romancing. I'm not, only women read those stupid ass novels. Men write them, or the men are role playing them, but the women are reading them. It's like, yeah, you're reading them because you ain't got nothing else to do. You're not going out. There's no date for you. I mean, how about a romance novel where a guy takes you to Taco Bell? I mean, that's better than sitting at home, right? It's sad. Most of these women who are celebrating Valentine's Day, if a guy that they were interested in, even marginally, asked to take them to Taco Bell, they'd probably say yes. And they'd go to Taco Bell and they'd get a chicken quesadilla and they'd get one of those volcano burritos. And that shit would fuck their stomach up and they'd be farting all night long. But it's the thought that counts. At least he took her out. What's this next thing? Call your mom, listen to a podcast, read your favorite romance novel. Boring. Get a tarot card reading. First of all, I don't believe in chiromancers. I don't believe in tarot cards. I don't believe in fortune tellers. All of these people are scam artists. Okay? The answer is no. No tarot cards, please. Spoil your pets. Okay, first of all, I don't have any pets. In an unrelated subject, one of my family members' pets died. And, yeah, that's unfortunate. One of my family members' pets died. Okay, so no, we're not spoiling any pets. That's dumb. You got a bunch of cats living in you. Like, what's going to happen is you got these old women and they die in their apartment and the cats eat them. And the cats nibble out their eyes and nibble out, like, their face and everything. It's disgusting. It's like the cats just nibble on them because there's nobody to feed the cats. It's disgusting. Host a solo movie marathon. Okay, so what you suggest is that I pull out some DVDs. So while I'm laying at home lonely, I'm watching solo movie. I'm watching movie. I will say this. If I was going to have a movie marathon, I'd probably pick out some Steven Seagal movies. But no, I have better things to do. You see, I'm going to be out on a date while you're at home watching these boring-ass movies, these B movies. The answer is no. Okay, what else? Create a vision board. That just sounds dumb. What is this? I know vision boards can feel kind of dated, but not only are they fun, excuse to buy a bunch of mags to get... What? I don't even know what they're talking about. No, this is stupid. Write letters to your future self. Yes, dear loser, while we were supposed to be out on Valentine's Day dinner dates, you're at home jacking off watching porn movies and you're lonely. P.S. You should have gotten candy and you should have gotten flowers sent to you by somebody, but you were too busy being an independent lady and nobody likes you. And thank you very much for nothing. Yourself. And then you put your name at the end. It's like, come on, man. What are they doing here? What are they write letters to yourself? What? This is stupid. Have a long video call. Catch up with another single friend or family member. If it's a family member, I don't know. And then some of you people practice incest, so that could get kind of creepy, I think, because some of y'all take that Game of Thrones shit to heart. It's like you might call up your male cousin or your male cousin call up your female cousin. I don't know about y'all. It's like some of y'all are weird. Okay, so anyway, go on a first date. No, you're supposed to be going on this date, and this date is not your first date, or at least it shouldn't be. This date should be like your 35th or something date and everything. What do you mean go on a first date? No, with who? Because that's the reason why you loaded in the first place. Okay, so I know this is all about how to be single, but hear me out. Go on a first date. You heard me. That dating app, nope, no dating apps. Nope, we don't do that. We don't do that. No. Take a fun class. How the fuck are you taking a class on Valentine's Day night? This is silly. A cooking class, language class, workout class. Nobody's doing that shit on Valentine's Day night because they're out dating. No, what do you think they're doing all that yoga and workout for? They're trying to look good for their men. That's so stupid. Get some retail therapy. What? One of the best parts about being single is that you don't have to pretend to be excited about a gift from a significant other that you actually hate. Here's word of advice. If a significant other gets you a gift, chances are you should be out on a date with that significant other. Anybody who gets you anything, chances are you should be out with that person on a date. I don't care if it's Popeyes, if it's Taco Bell, if it's McDonald's, you should be out with that person instead of laying up at home alone on Valentine's Day. Focus on your New Year's goals. Okay, first of all, this has nothing to do with New Year's. Your New Year's goals have if you're working on your New Year's goals during Valentine's Day, then you're an absolute you're done. You're toast. You're just toast. 19, do some pre-spring cleaning. You're gonna be up on Valentine's Day night cleaning? Really? That is so lame. What is this? Have a regular day. Well, you're gonna have a regular day anyway. It's Valentine's Day night that's important, and you're supposed to be going out, but you're not. You're lonely. Okay, 21, take the day off from Instagram. Well, everybody who's doing the right thing and they got a girlfriend or boyfriend, they're going to be posting their dinner dates, and you're just going to be at home lonely looking at their dinner dates and looking at all the flowers and candy that they got that you didn't get. So, getting off of Instagram. And by the way, these feminists that you see on TikTok, one thing you'll notice is that when Valentine's Day comes around, their feeds go cold because they are racked with guilt, and they get off and they sign out for that night. And they try to pretend that they had fun being at home asleep or alone, reading their romance novels and whatnot, but you already know the deal. They're not fabulous. They're 40, but they're not fabulous. You already know it. It's just sad. Okay, anything else? Volunteer. I'm not volunteering for anything. And what is this? Food, bunk, or animal shelter? Let me tell you something. If you have me volunteer at an animal shelter, I'm going to be putting animals down, okay? I'm going to be there. And especially these dangerous Rottweilers and these weird ass breeds that these people make with these animals that have been put in these animal shelters because they've proven to be violent. No, I'm gonna be there putting these animals to sleep. It's like I'm not. No, what do you mean volunteer for an animal shelter? What do you expect a person to do? You're gonna go in there and you're gonna adopt all the cats? Like, this is stupid. This is who comes up with this stuff? What is this? 23 is hibernate. Yeah, because I'm a bear and I'm a hibernate. Yeah, I'm a bear and I'm hibernating. Oh, no. So basically what you're trying to say is that when Valentine's Day rolls around, I should act like I'm these people in the Aliens movies and I get in my cryo tube and I hibernate until it's all over. It's like, that is so cowardice. It's like, come on, man. What is it with these people? 24, use the time to connect with your single friends. My single friends don't want to talk to me because that's going to remind them of how single they are while I'm getting some booty and they're not. And we're out eating. We got to have a good time. We got fogo de chao. We got all this meat. We got all the salad bars. And they're at home lonely, reading romance novels, petting their cats, treating themselves to spas, and joining classes on Valentine's Day. Like, nobody wants to hear from you. Nobody wants to hear from you. Come on. Like, what are you talking about? Like, this is ridiculous. Let me see. This is a woman who wrote this. I'm pretty sure about that. What is it? Kayla Keeb and Rachel Verena. Well, something tells me that Kayla and Rachel are quite lonely. Because for anybody to write this tripe, it's like, obviously, these people are lonely. What you need is a man to take you, and you need on Valentine's Day, you need him to bring you the candy, you need him to bring you the flowers, and then he needs to take you to Fogo de Chao, and then after you had a nice full meal, he's got to take you home, and he's got to blow your back out. And if you don't get it like that, then obviously you're doing something wrong, and you're not celebrating Valentine's Day to the fullest. And that's what it really comes down to. So, you can keep trying to fool yourself with your romance novels and petting your cat and spoiling your pets and all that. But come on, we already know what it is. You didn't get the candy, you didn't get the flowers, you didn't get taken out to a nice dinner, and you didn't get your back blown out, and you're upset. And you're fabulous at 40. No, you're not. You are not fabulous. You are 40, but you're not fabulous. You already know it. I don't know why you're trying to convince yourself otherwise. This tripe that y'all write is incredible. You might as well put all this nonsense on TikTok, because maybe you'll get some of these lonely female single citizens to accept it, because this stuff is nonsense. But while you're busy petting your cat, you're busy watching your Jackie Chan movies, I'm gonna be out dating. We're gonna have some Fogo de Chao, and then I'm gonna go home and blow that back.
To be continued.